Crocodiles and alligators are two of the most iconic reptiles on Earth, often inspiring fear and fascination in equal measure. Although they are frequently mistaken for one another due to their similar appearance, these two reptiles are fundamentally different in anatomy, behavior, habitat preference, and evolutionary history. Both belong to the order Crocodilia, yet they diverged millions of years ago, developing unique adaptations that suit their specific environments and predatory lifestyles. Crocodiles are members of the family Crocodilidae and are distributed across Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas, while alligators belong to the family Alligatoridae, with populations primarily in the southeastern United States and a small population in China. Despite their similarities as large, armored, semi-aquatic reptiles, understanding the distinctions between them is critical for anyone interested in wildlife, conservation, or biology. The most striking difference between crocodiles and alligators is evident in their snout structure. Crocodiles possess a V-shaped, elongated, and pointed snout, giving them a streamlined appearance suitable for fast and versatile hunting. This snout shape allows them to capture fish and other small animals with agility and precision. Alligators, by contrast, have a U-shaped, broader, and more muscular snout, which is adapted for crushing prey such as turtles and other hard-shelled animals. This difference is not merely cosmetic. It reflects variations in their feeding habits and ecological roles. Crocodiles are generally more aggressive hunters and are capable of preying on larger mammals and even other reptiles, while alligators are more patient and deliberate, often ambushing prey, rather than actively pursuing it over long distances. The arrangement of teeth also distinguishes these reptiles. Crocodiles' upper and lower teeth interlock, making both rows visible even when the mouth is closed, creating a jagged, intimidating appearance. In alligators, the upper teeth overlap the lower teeth, concealing the lower jaw and giving them a slightly less menacing look despite their formidable bite force. Size is another notable distinction. Crocodiles are generally larger, with some species such as the saltwater crocodile, Crocodilus porosus, reaching lengths of over 23 feet and weights exceeding 1 ton. This immense size makes crocodiles apex predators in their habitats, capable of taking down large mammals such as deer, wild boar, and even water buffalo. American alligators typically reach up to 13 to 15 feet in length, with exceptional specimens approaching 19 feet. While smaller than crocodiles, alligators are still highly powerful, with massive tails and muscular bodies adapted for rapid bursts of speed in water, ambush attacks, and defensive maneuvers. The skin of these reptiles is also telling. Crocodiles tend to have lighter, olive brown or tan skin, marked by rough, prominent scales and ridges along their backs. These features provide both protection and camouflage in riverbanks, lagoons, and estuaries. Alligators, in contrast, possess darker, nearly black skin, which allows them to blend seamlessly into the murky freshwater swamps and rivers they inhabit. Both animals have heavily armored hides that protect them from predators, environmental hazards, and aggressive encounters with conspecifics, but the differences in texture and coloration are significant when identifying them in the wild. The distribution and habitat preferences of crocodiles and alligators further emphasize their distinctions. Alligators are primarily freshwater reptiles, inhabiting slow-moving rivers, swamps, lakes, and marshes in the southeastern United States. They are particularly abundant in Florida and Louisiana, where dense vegetation and shallow waters provide ideal hunting grounds and nesting sites. Chinese alligators, Alligator sinensis, although critically endangered, share similar freshwater habitat preferences in rivers and wetlands of eastern China. Crocodiles, by contrast, are more adaptable in terms of habitat. They inhabit both freshwater and saltwater environments, including rivers, estuaries, lagoons, and even coastal regions. This adaptability allows them to exploit a broader range of prey and survive in harsher and more competitive ecosystems. Some species, such as the Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus in Africa, dominate vast freshwater systems, while saltwater crocodiles can traverse open ocean waters, making them the largest and arguably most versatile members of the crocodilian family. Behaviorally, crocodiles are considered more aggressive and territorial than alligators. Crocodiles are opportunistic hunters, capable of striking both on land and in water. They are highly territorial, often engaging in violent confrontations to protect nesting sites or secure hunting grounds. Crocodiles use stealth and speed to ambush prey, relying on their muscular tails and powerful jaws to immobilize it before dragging it underwater. Alligators, while still effective predators, tend to exhibit more patience and calculated hunting strategies. They frequently lie motionless at the water's edge, waiting for unsuspecting prey to approach before lunging with explosive force. This strategy reduces energy expenditure and allows alligators to thrive in environments where prey availability is less predictable. Both species consume a range of animals depending on size and availability, including fish, birds, amphibians, and mammals. Crocodiles are known to hunt larger mammals such as antelope or wild boar, particularly in Africa and Southeast Asia, whereas alligators prefer smaller animals and are specialized in preying on turtles and snails due to their crushing bite. Reproductive strategies of crocodiles and alligators also reveal significant differences. Both species lay eggs and rely on temperature-dependent sex determination, where warmer nests produce males and cooler nests produce females. Female alligators are known for their exceptional parental care, guarding nests aggressively and assisting hatchlings in reaching water, sometimes carrying them gently in their mouths. Crocodile maternal care varies by species. Some females exhibit similar protective behaviors, while others leave the young to fend for themselves shortly after hatching. Nesting occurs in carefully chosen locations, with vegetation and soil used to regulate temperature and humidity, ensuring optimal egg development. These reproductive behaviors are critical for species survival and highlight the intelligence and adaptability of these reptiles, which have existed for millions of years with minimal evolutionary change. The sensory capabilities of crocodiles and alligators are among the most refined in the animal kingdom. Their eyes and nostrils are positioned on the tops of their heads, allowing them to remain mostly submerged while still seeing and breathing. Both animals possess specialized pressure sensors on their jaws, called integumentary sensory organs, which detect minute vibrations in water, enabling them to locate prey in murky conditions. Their hearing and sense of smell are similarly acute, assisting in hunting and territorial defense. Crocodiles often use these abilities in combination with stealth and aggression, making them lethal predators. Alligators rely on patience and camouflage, yet their sensory adaptations make them equally formidable within their ecological niche. The evolutionary history of these reptiles traces back to the Mesozoic era, around 95 million years ago, making them living fossils. Both crocodiles and alligators have survived multiple mass extinctions thanks to their adaptable physiology, reproductive strategies, and predatory efficiency. Crocodiles evolved to tolerate salt water in a variety of climates, while alligators specialized in freshwater ecosystems, optimizing their morphology for ambush hunting and concealment. This long evolutionary history underscores their resilience, intelligence, and ability to dominate the ecosystems they inhabit. Interactions with humans differ between the two species. Crocodiles, especially saltwater and Nile species, are considered highly dangerous due to their aggressive nature and willingness to approach human settlements. Fatal attacks, although rare, occur more frequently with crocodiles than alligators. Alligators, while capable of inflicting serious injury, tend to be more wary of humans and are less likely to attack unprovoked. Both species have been impacted by human activity, including habitat destruction, hunting for skins, and water pollution. Conservation measures such as habitat protection, captive breeding programs, and regulated hunting have been crucial in maintaining healthy populations. Public education about these reptiles' behaviors and ecological importance is essential to prevent conflicts and promote coexistence. Bite force is another area where these reptiles excel. Though crocodiles generally surpass alligators in sheer power, the saltwater crocodile has one of the strongest recorded bites of any living animal, capable of exerting over 3,700 pounds per square inch, enough to crush bones with ease. Alligators, while slightly weaker, still possess immense jaw strength, with bite forces exceeding 2,000 pounds per square inch, making them formidable predators in their habitats. The combination of powerful jaws, muscular bodies, and stealth makes both species apex predators, perfectly adapted to their environments. Observing their hunting and feeding behaviors provides insight into the complex interplay of strength, strategy, and survival instincts that have evolved over millions of years. In summary, crocodiles and alligators, while superficially similar, differ in anatomy, behavior, habitat, and evolutionary adaptations. Crocodiles, with their pointed snouts, aggressive hunting, adaptability to various environments, and enormous size are often considered the more formidable species. Alligators, with their broad snouts, patient ambush strategies, freshwater specialization, and impressive bite force, are equally remarkable, displaying intelligence and resilience within their ecological niche. Both species contribute significantly to ecosystem health, controlling prey populations and maintaining wetland dynamics. Understanding their differences enhances our appreciation for these ancient reptiles and the critical roles they play in the natural world. Whether observing them in the wild or studying their biology, crocodiles and alligators continue to captivate and inspire, standing as enduring symbols of prehistoric power, survival, and evolutionary brilliance. Crocodiles and alligators are often portrayed as nature's ultimate predators, inspiring awe and fear in equal measure. While both belong to the ancient order Crocodilia, they have evolved distinct adaptations that make them highly efficient hunters and apex predators in their respective ecosystems. Crocodiles, spread across Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas, are typically larger, more aggressive, and more versatile in their habitats, whereas alligators are primarily found in the southeastern United States and eastern China, preferring freshwater swamps, rivers, and marshes. Despite millions of years of evolution and survival through countless environmental changes, both reptiles have retained their core predatory instincts, making them fascinating subjects for understanding the raw power and cunning of reptilian life. Comparing them requires examining not just their physical strength, but also their hunting strategies, sensory adaptations, territoriality, and overall survival instincts. One of the most dramatic differences between crocodiles and alligators lies in their size and muscular build. Crocodiles, particularly species like the saltwater crocodile, can grow up to 23 feet and weigh over a ton, giving them unparalleled reach and power. Their streamlined, V-shaped snouts are ideal for snatching prey both in water and on land, allowing them to strike with speed and accuracy. Alligators, while slightly smaller, still reach impressive lengths of 13 to 19 feet and possess incredibly powerful jaws, capable of generating over 2,000 pounds of bite force. Their broad U-shaped snouts are specialized for crushing, enabling them to feed on armored prey such as turtles and crustaceans. This difference in jaw design not only affects their diet but also their hunting style. Crocodiles, with their pointed snouts and powerful neck muscles, can seize large mammals and drag them into the water, while alligators are more adapted to patient ambush hunting, striking when prey is within close range and minimizing energy expenditure. Behavioral traits further emphasize the differences in predatory prowess. Crocodiles are highly territorial and often display aggression towards both humans and other animals. They patrol their domains aggressively, marking and defending stretches of river or coastline. In contrast, alligators tend to be more cautious and avoid unnecessary confrontations, although they will defend nests or compete for mates with significant force. Crocodiles' hunting techniques are versatile. They can launch surprise attacks from water, traverse land to ambush prey, and even hunt cooperatively in some cases. Alligators, while less versatile in open terrain, excel at stealth, using murky waters and vegetation to conceal themselves before lunging at unsuspecting prey. Both species rely on a combination of patience, speed, and raw power to secure food, demonstrating the refined hunting instincts that have allowed them to survive for millions of years. A key element of these reptiles' success is their sensory adaptation. Both crocodiles and alligators have eyes and nostrils positioned on top of their heads, allowing them to see and breathe while mostly submerged. They possess specialized sensory organs along their jaws, called integumentary sensory organs, which detect minute vibrations and movements in water. These sensors allow them to track prey even in complete darkness or murky water, giving them a significant advantage over potential prey and rival predators. Additionally, their acute sense of hearing and smell complements these adaptations, creating a predator capable of remarkable precision. Crocodiles use these senses aggressively, often detecting and ambushing prey at distances farther than alligators, while alligators employ these tools with a patient, calculated approach, conserving energy for the perfect strike. Reproductive and survival strategies reveal the intelligence and instinctual depth of both species. Both crocodiles and alligators are oviparous, relying on carefully constructed nests where temperature determines the sex of hatchlings. Female alligators exhibit remarkable parental care, guarding eggs and assisting young hatchlings to reach water safely. Crocodile maternal care varies widely by species. Some are equally attentive, while others leave hatchlings to fend for themselves shortly after birth. Despite these differences, both species ensure that enough offspring survive to maintain population stability, highlighting the balance between energy investment in care and natural survival pressures. Their long evolutionary history, tracing back to the Mesozoic era, underscores their efficiency as apex predators, capable of adapting to changing climates, prey availability, and human encroachment. Bite force is another defining characteristic that demonstrates the power of these reptiles. Crocodiles, particularly saltwater and Nile species, have some of the strongest bites recorded in the animal kingdom, exceeding 3,700 pounds per square inch in some cases. This tremendous force allows them to crush bones and subdue large mammals, even dragging prey into deep water where escape is impossible. Alligators, while slightly weaker, still possess formidable strength, capable of exerting over 2,000 pounds per square inch. Their bite is particularly adapted for crushing hard shells, showcasing a different approach to predation that is equally effective in their freshwater habitats. The combination of jaw power, muscular body, and ambush tactics makes both crocodiles and alligators lethal, though crocodiles generally hold an advantage in sheer offensive capability. Territoriality and dominance behavior further distinguish the two species. Crocodiles are known for aggressive displays including bellowing, tail-slapping, and open-mouth posturing to intimidate rivals. Territorial disputes can escalate into violent clashes, with biting and physical combat often determining control of prime hunting grounds. Alligators, while territorial, are less likely to engage in prolonged confrontations and often use avoidance as a strategy. This behavioral difference not only reflects their environmental adaptations, but also affects interactions with humans and other predators. Crocodiles' aggressive nature combined with their ability to inhabit both freshwater and saltwater regions often brings them into closer contact with humans, increasing the likelihood of conflict. Alligators, being more reserved and confined to specific freshwater regions, are less frequently involved in fatal encounters. The question of who would win in a hypothetical encounter between a crocodile and an alligator depends on several factors, including species size, habitat, and individual behavior. In general, crocodiles, particularly saltwater and Nile species, would have the upper hand due to their larger size, more aggressive disposition, and superior adaptability to various environments. Their V-shaped snouts and longer reach allow them to strike with more force and control, making them formidable opponents even against other large predators. Alligators, while powerful and well-armored, are optimized for ambush hunting rather than prolonged combat, giving them an advantage in stealth and patience but potentially disadvantaging them in direct confrontations with larger crocodiles. Nevertheless, the outcome of such encounters is not guaranteed, as alligators' crushing bite, defensive agility, and resilience could turn the tide under the right circumstances. Dietary preferences further illustrate their predatory strategies. Crocodiles are opportunistic and versatile feeders, consuming fish, birds, amphibians, mammals, and occasionally other reptiles, including smaller crocodiles. Their ability to hunt in both water and on land allows them to exploit a broader ecological niche. Alligators, while also carnivorous, primarily feed on fish, turtles, birds, and small mammals. Their specialized crushing jaws give them an edge in consuming prey that is otherwise protected by shells or hard exteriors. Both reptiles are capable of adjusting their diets based on seasonal availability, demonstrating behavioral flexibility that enhances survival. Juvenile crocodiles and alligators are more vulnerable and rely on both camouflage and parental protection to avoid predation, highlighting the continuous challenge of survival from birth through adulthood. Interactions with humans highlight the practical consequences of their behavioral differences. Crocodiles' aggressive nature and habitat versatility often place them in conflict with humans, particularly in fishing communities or near waterways used for transport. Fatal attacks, while rare, are more commonly associated with crocodiles than alligators. Alligators, although capable of causing serious injury, tend to avoid human contact, making them less dangerous in populated areas.